I'm AJ, I'm your trainer for today for this program, which is low back care and pain prevention. Please find some comfortable clothes. You don't have to change into a fitness gear. Do you find a mat or a towel? We will be doing everything on the floor. And also find maybe a couple of big books or some yoga blocks, which is what I'm sitting down on, as those will come in handy for one of the exercises. Otherwise, let's get started. We're going to begin by lying down on our back. Feet are hip distance apart, parallel, and just find the most comfortable position with your knees bent, pointing up to the ceiling. Arms are by your side. Take a few deep breaths to prepare. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Notice how your ribcage takes more space on the mat as you inhale, and as you exhale it takes less space. Press all the air out of your lungs. And again, inhale and exhale. Now as you exhale next time, I want you to do a pelvic tilt. You're going to tuck your pelvis under, imprint the spine down on the mat, and then release it back out to neutral position. Exhale, tuck your pelvis under, imprint the lower back down on the mat, and inhale to release back to starting position. Keep that going in your own time. Don't worry too much about the breathing if it starts being confusing. So we want to mobilize your lower back without putting any load on it. A couple more here. Exhaling to imprint, inhaling to release. And that's your last one. From the next one, we're going to move on to the spine curl. We start the movement exactly as we did a second ago, so tucking the pelvis under, imprinting the lower back down on the mat, then continue rolling the spine off the mat until your hips go all the way up to the ceiling as high as you can. Then inhale at the top and exhale to roll the spine down. Focus on sequential movement of the spine. You're moving bone by bone. Pelvis goes to the mat last. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your pelvis under, wheel the spine off. Press the floor away with your feet. Inhale at the top and exhale to roll the spine down to the mat. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, wheel the spine off. We lift the pelvis, then lumbar, then part of thoracic spine up to the ceiling, and then we lower the mid back down, then the lower back, and then your hips. We've got about 4 more here. Moving with control. If you can, move with your breathing pattern. If any part feels a little bit stiff, pay extra attention to that bit. See if you can mobilize it without putting too much pressure on yourself. This is you caring about your spine, caring about your back, and about good and smooth movement. And last one. The next exercise is called the dead bugs. Lying down on your back with your knees bent, we're going to bring our arms up to the ceiling, then imprint the spine down on the mat, and bring your legs one by one up to tabletop position. From here, you're going to send your right arm and left leg away, hover above the mat, and bring them back to starting position. Switch. You're keeping your spine and pelvis still whilst adding long levers, movement that challenges your body to keep the spine and pelvis still. It's an excellent core exercise, probably underrated. Keep your lower back pressed against the mat. If you want to introduce the breathing pattern, you're going to inhale to prepare. Exhale to send your arm and opposite leg away. Inhale to maintain. And exhale, bring it back. You can probably hear my voice shaking. Send your arm and leg away. Inhale to maintain. Exhale to bring them back. And we've got 2 more. And bring them back. And the last one. And bring it back. Lower your legs down. Lower your arms down. The next exercise is cat-cow. Find yourself in your 4-point kneeling position. You're welcome to use some knee pads here or a wedge under the wrist if you feel like weight bearing is too much of a challenge for you today. Make sure your wrists are directly underneath your shoulders and your knees are directly underneath your hips. From here, we're going to focus on sequential movement of the spine. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, tuck your pelvis under and roll through the spine, lower back, upper back, and head, neck down. Inhale, maintain. Exhale, send the tailbone up to the ceiling, then roll through the lower back, then mid and upper back, picking up the head at the end. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your pelvis under. Try and roll through the spine sequentially, moving each vertebra one at a time. Inhale to maintain. Exhale, send the tailbone up to the ceiling, and then extend the spine into your cow stretch. Of course, when you hear me refer to moving each vertebra one at a time, we can't really feel that happening. But what we can do is try and achieve as much mobility in your spine as possible by focusing on mindful, slow, and controlled movement. It might be that not every repetition will be perfect today, and that's okay. We just try our best of what we can afford this minute. We're going to do a few more here, rolling through the spine up to your cat stretch, tucking the pelvis under, bringing the hips and ribs closer together, and then doing the exact opposite, remembering to only work within the mobility that we've got available today. When you're ready, press to your rest position and take a few deep breaths to rest. The next exercise is called the tail wax, and if you know me at all, you will also know that just purely because of the name, it's one of my favorite things to do. Tail wags, just like a good Labrador trying to wag their tail, you're going to bring your shoulder and hip on one side closer together, creating a side bend in your spine, and then do the same thing on the other side. Often I would see my clients twist their head as well and look at the hip, and if that's you today, that's completely okay. Sometimes I like doing that too. You could also focus on keeping your spine keeping the rotation away from your spine and just focusing on the side bend by looking at your hands. Bring on the right side shoulder and hip together, and then bring on the left side shoulder and hip together. Mobilizing your spine in lateral flexion. We're going to do 4 more here, 2 on each side. And 3, last 2, and this is your last one. Now the next exercise is focusing on rotation of your spine. This is just an introduction. Keeping your shoulders over your wrist, it's a preparation for thread the needle. You're going to bend one elbow whilst keeping the other one still. So I'm bending my right elbow, my left elbow stays still, and I try and drop my shoulder as low as I can. Reverse it to the other side, bending your left elbow, twisting the spine, look in the direction you're twisting towards, and then bring yourself back up. Try and keep your shoulders over the wrist. This will also prepare you for a press up, managing that weight bearing on your wrists. If you need to take a break, you're more than welcome to, but really try and create as much of a rotation as it feels comfortable on your back. Today we've got 2 more, and then last one. The next exercise is called the bird dog, and it's the opposite of the dead bug. We're keeping the spine and pelvis still as we lift right leg and left arm off the mat. Try and reach them as high as you can whilst maintaining a still position of your spine and pelvis. Left leg and right arm go away, and then bring everything back in. If you want to introduce a breathing pattern, inhale to prepare. Exhale to send your arm and leg away. Inhale to maintain, and exhale to return them back to the mat. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, send the opposites away. Inhale to maintain. Exhale to return. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, reach. Inhale, maintain. Exhale, lower. If you're breathing faster or slower, adjust the movement to your breathing speed. Try and focus on stabilizing your spine and pelvis, stopping any rotation, flexion or extension, or even side bends from happening. 4 more. And 3. Last 2. And that's your last one. You can press to your rest position now. Our next exercise is spinal extension in prone position. Part of working on prevention of low back pain is making sure that we really work on strengthening your lower back area. So lie down on your front with your feet wider than hip distance apart, forehead down, nose down, and arms are in W press. From here, inhale to prepare. As you exhale, press your hips against the mat and then lift your head, neck, chest up to extension. Inhale at the top and exhale to lower yourself down. One more time, inhale, prepare. Exhale, press your hips against the mat. Lift your head, neck, chest up to extension. Inhale to maintain and exhale to release yourself back down to the mat. Now I want you to imagine that under your arms are baskets filled with flowers and we don't want to squish them. So from here, make sure your arms are relaxed. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, press your hips firmly against the mat. Lift your head, neck, chest up to extension, making sure you're not using your arms to prop yourself up. Inhale at the top and exhale to release yourself back to starting position. Keep that going, really making sure that you're working on your mobility levels for today. So come up as high as it feels comfortable for your body at this minute. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift, head, neck, chest up. Inhale to maintain and exhale to lower down. And you could keep going like this, or you can progress it with me. Inhale to prepare. As you extend your spine whilst exhaling, you're going to lift your arms off as well. Inhale to maintain and exhale to release down. And again, inhale, prepare. Exhale, hips down, head, neck, chest up, arms come with you. Inhale to maintain and exhale to lower down. And we've got 2 more here. Inhale, prepare. Exhale to lift, head, neck, chest, arms up. Inhale, maintain, and exhale to lower down. And again, inhale, maintain. Exhale, lift, head, neck, chest up. Arms come up as well. Inhale, maintain, and exhale to lower. From here, we want to counter stretch. So press to your rest position. The next exercise is side bend, seated. If you feel comfortable sitting down on the mat without any support, then you can stay like that. However, if you find that your hips are feeling tight or you can't achieve long position of your spine, then I would recommend grabbing a couple of blocks or some thick books. From there, sit down on your block. You can have your legs in long frog position, crossed or straight in front of you, whatever you find most comfortable at this time. Sitting up tall, send the crown of your head all the way up to the ceiling. You're going to inhale to reach one arm up to the ceiling. Exhale to reach it up and over to the other side whilst the opposite hip stays seated, anchored down on the block or mat. Inhale to lengthen And exhale to restack the spine back to starting position. Inhale to reach the underarm up. Exhale, reach up and over. Inhale to lengthen further away. And exhale to restack. Inhale to reach your arm up. Exhale, reach up and over. Inhale to lengthen further away. And exhale to restack. And again, inhale, arm up. Exhale, reach up and over. Inhale to lengthen further. And exhale to restack. We've got 4 more here. You can stop at any second if you feel like that's enough for you today. However, I do encourage you to continue moving. If it feels good, it's doing you good. We've got 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Inhale to lengthen further. And exhale, restack. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, reach up and over. Inhale to lengthen further. And restack.